And look, we've all said things we regret saying. I was on this canoe trip once and we went cliff jumping. Yeah. And when you go cliff jumping first, you got to climb up to the cliff and look over, find a good spot in the water to land. You always got to make sure your landing is water, especially if you're jumping off a cliff, okay? So, first I went up to like a 15-foot. I thought that was pretty high. Looked over, hey, this is good. Nobody was even having that. They all went up to like this 60-foot high jump. It was so crazy that I was like, oh, I'll watch from the canoe, because somebody's got to watch from below, right? And you could see everybody up at the top of the cliff looking over, like, testing to see if this is worth the jump. Because, sometimes your bravado goes, you're like, I'm not jumping to the 15-foot. Come on, we're going to go all the way to the top. And you get to the top and you're like, maybe we should go back down to that 15's not looking so bad, huh? And they're all looking, judging, and then out of nowhere, you see this person just run and jump. The person wound up being my brother, and I watched my brother jump or free fall. I don't really know. At 60 feet, it looked like he was just falling in slow motion. I mean, it looked like he had all the time in the world. He was frozen up there. I saw him eating a sandwich. I think he looked at me dead in my eyes at one point as he was falling after he'd eaten the sandwich, of course, and was like, wuss, because of course I was in the canoe. And then, so I had to one up that, because everybody else had come down to the 15-foot one. So I was like, oh, I'll do something cool, on the 15-foot one. So I got like a little match, jumped off, said flame on, like human. I know it was. I was young. Is that still an excuse that you can use? What do you want me to say? No, what I did, it got a chuckle. I think. I don't know. I hit the water. It could have been a chuckle or just a pity laugh. I'm not really sure. What do you want me to say? I covered myself in oil, lit myself on fire, said flame on when I jumped. That would have been a lot cooler. But no, I didn't do any of that. However, somebody took my idea and made it way cooler because they like grabbed like a bush, like a giant, and lit it on fire and then jumped holding it like an umbrella, like Mary Poppins. Didn't say anything. You don't need to say anything. When you're holding a fireball, there's no words that need to be said. You're holding a fireball. That right there is great stage time. You just light a fireball in there and let the fire do the talking.